Former Democratic Party lawmaker Ted Hui, in exile in the UK, may face more criminal charges if he ever returns to Hong Kong. The police chief says the force is now investigating whether Hui has appropriated any of the more than $3 million he received from crowdfunding last year. His aim was to bring police brutality cases to court.
In fact, we are looking into, is there any false declaration or like a false declaration to the courts in order to get his bail condition waived, or whether his crowdfunding is involving in any kind of money laundering activities.
According to media reports, Hui claims bank accounts belonging to him and his family members have been frozen. Hui was also one of the 8 pan-Democrats arrested over a LegCo meeting where opposing lawmakers clashed over control of the House committee. The police said they had looked into the actions of both sides, despite the fact that no pro-establishment lawmakers were arrested.
How do you expect members of the public to perceive the police force? Do you think it is unreasonable for people to accuse the police force of being unfair or selective in prosecution or towing the government line?
This is the difficulties that police are being faced. There's evidence, and DOJ agreed that we should prosecute, and we have no choice not to prosecute, but we only act on evidence.
Both pro-establishment and also pro-democracy lawmakers were involved in the scuffles, but you have not found any shred of evidence involving.
The point is that we have presented evidence against everyone involved in that incident, and as a result of our discussions with DOJ, and a decision was made to prosecute some but not the others.
In her latest policy address, the chief executive said more than 2,300 people had been prosecuted for protest-related offenses, and the police would handle underage cases with leniency. However, only 19 minors so far have been spared from prosecution.
You have to admit to the fact before we can exercise the discretions. Unfortunately, the society is someone who recommend to those who commit offense not to say anything or not to admit your guilt. So that's the reason why.
Tang says the force has appealed against the court ruling that the current mechanisms for handling complaints against police were insufficient. He says more than half of around 600 complaints related to the protest movement have been processed. So far, 4 officers have faced disciplinary actions. Hailey Zhou, TVB News.